Hi guys, so this is going to be Liliana's 2-week update. Here she is. She has already grown a pretty good amount since I've had her. When she was born, she was 6 pounds, 7 ounces, 19.5 inches long. And the more I get into this update, I'll let you guys know where she's at now. So my notes here, I ended up having to do my notes with my left hand because I'm holding her with my right. So it's amazing the things you can accomplish and learn whenever you're a mom. Okay, so breastfeeding went great for the first week, and now breastfeeding is just out of the question. I've jotted up, I was pumping 3 ounces on both breasts, and then it just automatically dropped to 1 ounce, and she was drinking every bit of 3 to 3.5 ounces of formula, sometimes even 4. So that just wasn't working out for us anymore, so I had to stop breastfeeding. Luckily, I wasn't feeding her on the breast where she got attached to it that way. I would just pump with the Medela pump and then feed her from the bottle. Also, this way, you know, her daddy could feed her and stuff too. So, yes, we are not breastfeeding any longer. She is now taking Similac Advanced Complete formula, and she's doing really, really well with that. We did try the Enfamil powder formula, and she just spit up constantly with it, so we can't do the Enfamil for now anyways. Maybe when she gets a little bit older and her stomach's able to handle, you know, a different formula, then we could switch. But for now, we're just sticking with the Similac Advance. And that's what we used with Caleb also, and he did really good with it because Caleb had acid reflux really bad when I had him, and she doesn't have it. She just has a weaker stomach where if we change her formula, she'll spit up. Let's see, so she's drinking 3 ounces, and we're giving her the Similac ready to feed, which means we don't have to mix it with water or anything. It's just already in a, you know, a container, and we just pour the right amount into a bottle and then refrigerate it up to 48 hours. And it's just easier that way. I like that kind. It's a lot simpler when you're out and about, you know, and you don't have to mix up a bottle and, you know, worry about getting powder everywhere all over the place. She had her doctor's appointment on Monday, March 3rd, and she now weighs 7 pounds, 2 ounces, so she's gained an entire pound, and, 7 pounds, 2.5 ounces, because she dropped down to 6 pounds, 2.5 ounces when she came home from the hospital. And she is in the 16th percentile for that, so she is on the small side, but she was born that way. Her length is at 20 inches. Can't remember what I think it's like 39th percentile for that, and then our head size was in the 59th percentile at 35.5, I think. I actually left those notes in my folder, so I'm not quite sure what that was. But her length is 20 inches, so she has grown half an inch because she was 19.5. Let's see, she is feeding, I forgot to tell you guys this, she is feeding every 2 to 4 hours. It really just depends on if she's sleeping or if she's awake. Right now she's actually due for her morning nap. She's been up since, let's see, well, she started waking up at 7 o'clock and we just kind of laid there till about 7:30, but she got her first bottle this morning around 7:35. So yeah, she's ready for her nap because it's now after 9. And I went on ahead and brought her milk in here in case, you know, she wanted it, but it looks like she's going to try to pass out on me. Also, we had bought her the Tummy Tippy bottles. I use these with Caleb, and these have been fantastic bottles. Caleb, you know, took them really easily. He never had a problem with them, and he was never colicky or anything like that. We was using the Similac bottles, and I will tell you firsthand, I do not like those only because they leak all around the rim here, the lid, and she's ruined so many of her outfits because, you know, it's stained up her clothes. Now my dogs are gonna bark crazy. But yeah, in the Similac formula, this kind here, it stains, so we have to keep a bib around her whenever I feed her. But yeah, if she's awake, she'll feed every 2 hours. If she's sleeping, she'll feed, you know, every 3.5, 4 hours. She normally takes about a good 3 to 4 hour nap during the day, twice a day. Her umbilical cord fell off on Wednesday, February 26th at 1 week and 2 days. She had her first bath on February 27th, and she loved it. She loves her baths. As soon as I put her in her little bathtub, She is so content and soothed. She doesn't cry or anything. We normally keep her in there for about 15 minutes, and I've been giving her a bath once a day in the evening around 4 or 5 o'clock. And we use the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the purple Johnson & Johnson, where it helps calm them and kind of make them sleepy a little bit. But we've been using that body wash and shampoo and also the lotion in the evenings. So we've been doing that every day around 4 to 5 to try to start a routine with her. And it's been going pretty good. She only cried when I took her out because she was cold, obviously. You know, she caught a sudden cold chill. So we did put a little bit of rice cereal in her bottles about a week ago, but I really didn't notice any difference in it making her sleep any longer because her schedule is already pretty good as it is, considering she's a newborn. So we are not putting cereal in her bottle anymore. We're going to wait until she gets a little bit older because I don't want her to develop, you know, any allergies or anything to that. So we are no longer doing that, but we did give it a try, and, you know, she started getting kind of fussy throughout the night, so I was worried that it was kind of, you know, causing her tummy to be sensitive to it, so I just decided I'm not even going to mess with it. We'll just wait. Caleb, he was about 2 weeks old when we started him on the rice cereal, and he wasn't even on a schedule that well, and it actually helped him get on a schedule. But she's on a pretty good one as it is, so. I have been battling the postpartum baby blues. It has not been fun. It's actually been worse this time around than it was with Caleb. A lot of people have told me, you know, when did I have Caleb, what month was it? And I told them May, and they said, well, that's why you probably didn't go through it as bad, because it was summer and it's February and everybody's got cabin fever. We've been hermit crabs cooped up in the house because we've got snow and we just had an ice storm. And we can't get out, we can't do anything, it's constantly gloomy and cloudy, everything is dead outside, there's no leaves, there's no flowers, so I think once spring rolls around, it will get better. I did go to the doctor on this past Wednesday, and she prescribed me, what was it called, I wrote it down, let's see, sertraline, and it's 50 milligrams, but I'm only taking half of that, about 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, and you gonna wake up? And I'm taking it in the evening because it does make you sleepy. But actually the first time I took it, which was Wednesday evening, after we picked up my prescription, it did make me a little sleepy. Yesterday it didn't make me sleepy really. I just had trouble falling asleep, so that is one of the side effects. So I may start trying to take it a little bit earlier in the day so that I can get my sleep at night when she's sleeping, because if I don't get my sleep, then it just kind of makes the postpartum depression worse. So I have to have my sleep, and I have to have an appetite, because when you don't have an appetite and you don't eat right, that can make the postpartum depression worse as well. I have gone through postpartum depression with all of my children. She will make my third baby that I have had to deal with it, and it's a fearful feeling. Like, I do not like the feeling of being depressed all the time. It's definitely, it feels like you're trapped in this cage of depression and you can't escape it. Everywhere you go, everything you do, it follows you, and you lose interest in things that you once, you know, had interest for, and you don't have an appetite to eat. Sometimes you can't sleep when you want to sleep. You just constantly have thoughts in your head of, gosh, I wish, you know, my baby was older because it would be so much easier. But then you'll look back and you'll think, gosh, they grew up so fast. I wish that they were still that little, you know. And there's even people that have suicidal thoughts. There's people that have thoughts of hurting and harming their children. And luckily, I don't have those kind of thoughts. But, you know, that's why I get put on an antidepressant very soon after, you know, I start noticing symptoms coming on, because I don't want those thoughts to come around, and I'm not afraid to talk about it, because talking about it does help. So yes, we have been dealing with, well, I have been dealing with that, but it's actually gotten better over the last 2 days since I've been on my medicine. So my doctor's only keeping me on it for about 4 weeks, so hopefully I will be completely back to my normal self, and it's really there to just help me, you know, get my hormones and everything, you know, balanced out, because after you have a baby, your hormones are just fluctuating, like up and down, up and down, up and down, and it messes with your brain. So basically the medicine that I'm on gives the serotonin in your brain. It helps balance that out. So Liliana is still in newborn clothes and diapers. The Love's newborn diapers are a little bit snugger on her than the Pampers. We had actually went to Babies R Us and bought a value box of Pampers diapers newborn for her, and they fit her perfectly. There's plenty of room in them, so I'm not worried, you know, that she's going to grow out of those anytime soon. I am also still in the process of trying to get Caleb potty trained, so that's not been easy with a newborn. You know, he'll be 3 in May, so yeah, it's not been easy. Luckily, my husband's home to help out with that. She loves her passies. She has taken the same passies Caleb did, which are these, the gumdrop passies. She only takes it, though, when, basically, I would say when she's tired. Like, she doesn't take it if she's just awake and happy, you know. She only takes it when she starts to get sleepy, and she'll suck on it for a few minutes, and then she's done. So, all my kids have never been, you know, too clingy to a passy, so I guess that's a good thing. She is very spoiled. She has to constantly be held, rocked. She likes the cradled feel. So she's grinning. She's grinning. I don't know if you guys probably not seen it because it was kind of on this side, but yeah, she grins in her sleep. But yeah, she is very spoiled. I can't really lay her in her crib for no more than 5 minutes, and then she'll start crying. I cannot put her in her bouncer. She does not like it. I'm hoping that'll change as she gets a little bit older. Her swing, we have not even been able to try that out with her yet. I tried putting her in it and turning it on, and it never came on. I contacted Graco, and they are sending me a new motor for it because the motor is completely out, and I don't know how, I don't know why. It worked when we first got it, when I did the nursery tour video for you guys. It came on, it worked just fine, and then after that, as soon as we got home from the hospital with Liliana, I put her in it and it wouldn't come on. We thought it was the batteries. We bought new batteries, put those in, still didn't work. So my husband was trying to look for a reset button on the motor and we couldn't find one. So I contacted Graco, and luckily it's got a year warranty on it. So they're issuing us a new motor for it. So hopefully that works. They did tell us though that unless you use like Energizer or Duracell batteries, most of the time other off-brand batteries don't work well on their products. So, yeah, I thought that was a little strange, but at least they're issuing us a new motor for it, so I don't, you know, have to be out more money for a swing or, you know, kind of dwell on, oh, I spent all that money on a swing and now she don't get to use it. So, hopefully, when that gets here, it'll work. Let's see. We are co-sleeping with her. Like I said, she will not let us lay her down anywhere. We have her bassinet in our bedroom, and she laid in it the first night she came home from the hospital for a good 4 hours, and she slept in it, and then after that she didn't want it no more. I keep trying to work with her though and put her in it, but it doesn't last very long, so it's kind of pointless. So we are co-sleeping with her, and it's working out great. Just like I did with Caleb, I plan to get her transitioned into her crib once I know she is on a really good schedule. This way, you know, I know exactly when to lay her down and stick to a routine, and then kind of slowly transition her into her crib. I do lay her in her crib often. Sometimes I do just let her cry for a few minutes when I'm, you know, doing something like washing up a couple dishes or whatever. You know, I'll turn her mobile on. She has a TV here in her room, and, you know, I will play music on it for her, just so that there's noise in here so that she doesn't feel like she's in here by herself. I think that's what it is. It's like a security thing. Like you know, if they don't sense you around them, they freak out and, you know, they start crying. So she is a very clingy girl. Let's see. She hates the hiccups. She hiccups a lot. And she did that whenever I was pregnant with her. But now whenever she hiccups, as soon as she feels that first one come on, she goes, like she just knows it's coming on and there's nothing she can do about it. And she absolutely hates it. But she does that for the first few hiccups, and then once I hold her and I talk to her and I soothe her, she kind of just rides them out. But yeah, she doesn't like them. When she gets them, they can last for up to a couple minutes. So yeah, she does not like those. She's not getting them as often now as she was though when we first brought her home from the hospital. She definitely knows mommy's hold. My husband was trying to hold her one day while I was doing something. I can't remember what it was, and she was just fussing and crying with him the whole time, and then as soon as I took her, she was fine. So yeah, she knows mommy's hold. She does favor one side. The way I'm holding her now is the way she likes to be held. If I try putting her, you know, up on my, you know, chest or my shoulder, she tries to lift her head up and she tries to lay back down towards the way she is now. And so she likes this position. She has fell asleep on my chest a couple times, but not very often. This is her favorite way to sleep. But I do try to switch positions with her because I don't want her to get like a deformed head shape because their skulls are very, very sensitive right now, and the bones aren't all fused together. So if they lay on one side more than they do another, then you'll start to see that take shape. So I do switch up her position often. But between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night is when we usually go to bed. Usually it's 8 or 9 when my husband's home because we'll rent a movie from Redbox and, you know, watch TV and then go to bed. But during the week, it's usually about 7:30. She's got me on a schedule. She's my boss now. So when she's asleep and she falls asleep early, I make sure I get my butt to bed early because I know if I don't, and I don't get that good 4-hour stretch of sleep whenever she first goes to sleep, I'm going to be kicking myself in the butt and I'm going to be grumpy and irritable and I'm not going to have patience. So I have to go to sleep when she goes to sleep. I cannot nap during the day when she naps though. My body just will not let me. Plus I've got a toddler running around the house and an 8-year-old, so napping during the day is not possible for me. I can't do it. She goes back to the doctor April 21st for her 2-month well checkup. So I can't wait to see how much she's gained when she gets to that visit. I remember when Caleb went to his, he was 7 pounds, 5 ounces when I had him. And when we went to his 2-month well checkup, he was a whopping 10 pounds already. So I don't know if she's going to quite reach that. But yeah, I look forward to all these well checkup visits just to see how much they've grown. Now, she was jaundiced when she was born. She was a level 4. She's no longer jaundiced anymore. She's got her nice pink skin color. And she's overall a really good baby as long as she's being held or has a bottle in her mouth. She's very, very spoiled, like I said. If she's not sleeping or have a bottle in her mouth, she's normally fussy and crying. She has been staying awake more during the day now that she's a little over 2 weeks. She's actually 2 weeks and let's see, what is today? It's Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. She's 2 weeks and 5 days today. She'll be 3 weeks on Monday. So she is overall a very good baby. She's a sweet sleeper. I love cuddling with her at night. And I love having a daughter. Having a daughter is one of the greatest blessings ever. It's amazing. It's like you have a different love for your sons than you do for your daughters. Like with your daughter, it's like a precious love. And then with your boys, it's like a tough love. Like they're your rock, you know? And with a little girl, it's like a gentle love, you know? It's so crazy. But my boys love her to death, especially my oldest. You know, anytime she cries or something, he's automatically right there trying to soothe her too. And he had a friend stay the night with him the other night, and when we were taking her home, they were arguing over who was going to sit next to Lilianna. So he's a wonderful big brother. He just loves and adores her and loves to help out anytime he can, and I let him. And Caleb, he's coming around more now. At first, when we brought her home from the hospital, he wasn't so certain of her. He just knew that she was a baby. He didn't really quite understand it was Sissy. He still thought Sissy was in my belly. So I've been having to talk and explain that to him. And but he's coming around more. He even tried feeding her a bottle. And yeah, so yeah, something on your mouth there. Yeah, so here she is. Everyone notices how big her lips are. She does got some pretty big lips, I guess. There's her bubble head. I think her hair is lightening up. She's going to have really blonde hair. Yeah. She's going to have really blonde hair. So I like to change up her position. I don't like to keep her on one side more than the other. Oh, her got a milk face. Let's try this. So everybody can see you. Now she's got her eyes open. Yeah. Say hello. She's going to sleep. I'm going to sleep through it, but she's a very big girl. Alright, guys. So this was her 2-week checkup, and I am going to go ahead and let y'all go for now. And I will update you all again here in a couple more weeks for her 1-month checkup. And she don't go to the doctor for a 1-month well checkup, so I will just do her measurements myself at home and let you guys know how her development has changed. So I will talk to you all soon. Bye guys.